The melt away. Some of you guys were watching how I melted away. Now we got a couple issues here that we got to be very, very careful with. The melt away is very, very specific. The melt away is not just simply a rollover to your side. So if I'm here and I've beaten all this, I've done all this great work, I need to recover my guard. I bridge, turn, pull. Now I'm going to just let him pass and I come up and I extract my right foot. The right knee is his problem. If I just go right here, this is so deep, really hard to prevent or to get my knee back inside if I want to roll back. So as I just try to roll back to my side and get through, his knee is almost above my knee line. So he's kind of 3/4 of the way to a pass here. And I just kind of went from a good position or a better position to a worse position because I didn't melt away deep enough. So the melt away is very specific. I got to do it at the right angle. So watch. I've made it up to here, okay? His weight is still on me, but this right knee is a big, big problem. So I'm going to take this backside leg and I'm going to fold it up underneath me and I'm going to use my elbows to push me backwards, not going that way. I'm going to go away from him so that my right leg comes right through here and sticks to his far side hip as a foot brake. I want my foot brake back in, okay? So as I go here and I start to roll away, boom, 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 boom. I'm coming almost to a sitting position and now look, the leg is through. It's all the way to the opposite side. It's not on this hip, it's on this hip. Makes a huge difference when it comes to stopping him from passing, okay?
Isn't however they're passing or where they go from once you go turtle, doesn't that kind of depend on which way you go to?
Sure.
Because if they're not...
Oh, yeah. But you can melt away at any angle that they decide to take. So if I'm here,
but that's
let's say...
all going to depend on where they continue to pass.
Totally depends on how he plays this.
Okay.
What part of the clock he's on. If he comes farther around this way, I'm going more back into my left. Not just simply flopping over to the side. So essentially it looks like this. If he's right here, I'm just gonna fold this leg. I'm gonna sit all the way back and almost straight up. Then I'm going straight back and there's my foot brake. So I don't have to go this way. A wrestler sit out, which can be intercepted. I'm going away from him and not rotating under him, okay? I'm extracting my weight out from underneath him and going away, which causes him to do what? He's got to pursue. If he wants to close the gap, he's got to pursue me. Creates the space necessary to escape, okay? Second principle is going to be the build-up escape. How do we build up? So here, I'm in my half guard. Got just a few minutes. So, no knee shield. I've done well here, okay? He's heavy trying to pass, doing really, really good. Kind of got me concerned here. I got a problem, all right? I decide I want to build up as opposed to trying to hip escape. Now that's going to depend a little bit on kind of where his weight's at. If he's pressuring this much up to my head, all that weight's on the shoulder already, it's going to be pretty hard, depending on how big he is, to open this up and build myself up to the elbow. You better be pretty strong. Now, if he's down here jacking around with the legs, trying to knee cut and all this garbage, but he's not super heavy on the upper body, which one do we go to?
Build up.
Build up, right? If he's super heavy up over my top side, where the weight starts to kind of go this way, now we can take it this way and we can build up on our elbow because it's much harder for him to stop. So the two have a completely different prescribed set of circumstances. If he's back, trying to rip a leg out, or sometimes they're trying to play back really long and knee cut, or maybe even trying to set up like a leg drag, something like that. I've played really good right here. I've kind of let him have this, right? Now I'm looking at build up, but also afford myself the opportunity to turtle if I need to, okay? So now my frame is still here. This one didn't change. This one comes up. He's down on the leg, okay? Down on the leg. If he's going to start trying to do this, as I build up, he's going to rip that leg out and start trying to pass. Now he's blocked this completely, so watch what happens. Instead of trying to build up and rip this leg right through here, my left leg is on the mat. Watch what we're going to do. We're going to come back here. Now I can build up. Not going to try to pull it back in front of him, which is what we all try to do typically. We try to go and pull it back in front. No, not going to work. If he don't want to play with my legs, playing here, he's kind of back, but he's not really going to try to block the legs and try to hit a leg drag or anything off of it. He starts creating this little bit of distance here. I just build up right here, and now we're sitting and I'm extracting. Nice and easy, right? Because I didn't give him anything he wanted. Underhook, high side, underhook, low side, crossface. I adhered to the principles. At some point in time, a lot of times you'll find that when we get later on into the technical stuff, of he can't have the underhook, but guess what happens? Drop your knee. He's fighting for the underhook. He can't have it. He gets a little too high. And what did I get?
The underhook.
Now, when this happens, the game's completely different for him. Now he starts having to go which direction?
Backwards.
He's got to go backwards. Now we're working at doing what? We reverse the game on. This underhook game works two ways. You attack me super aggressively for these underhooks, but you fail miserably and I get one, guess who's winning? Right? Might bring home a gold medal. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. So we're in half guard. Okay. We're still fighting the underhook, fighting the crossface, playing all those games, but we dove our shoulder under so much, and we played such a good game here, such a good defense, that our partner starts to do the pop up and run around. And what I mean by pop up and run around, he may not even necessarily pop up. He may just take 2 big slide steps with his right knee until it does what to me? Flattens me out. There's several ways to flatten me out, actually. The easiest is going to be fighting through, or well, the most dynamic is probably going to be fighting through crossface underhooks, all the stuff we talked in the first part. One of the quickest ways is going to be when I've done a good job right here and I'm fighting like hell up here and I'm doing everything right, and then all of a sudden, he unannounced, he just does these 2 real quick little slide steps, and I find myself right here. Now I'm on my back. Has he established any form of control in the upper body? No, he has nothing really yet. He's isolating the lower body and working his way down at the bottom, okay? What I've got to do is I've got to come up with something here. Okay, so go back. Now, if we find ourselves in that situation, okay, or let's say we find ourselves in the situation of he's attacking that elbow and I can't pull my elbow back. He's pulling the elbow up, physically trying to drive me flat to my back. As I go to my back, I'm going to take this left foot, so I'm in half guard. Instead of being stuck and pinned on my back, I'm going to take this left hook and I'm going to come right in underneath the bottom side. Okay? So I just run it underneath here. He's flattened me out on my back. Now from here, I'm going to shoot up underneath and I'm going to seat belt. And we're going to come right back up into butterfly. Okay? Nice and easy. So here, I've done a really good job. All of a sudden, he takes those slide steps. This foot's just going to fade inside, and there we find ourselves right back in the butterfly, sitting up. Now for you advanced guys, you want to lock up, you caught an underhook, you caught an overhook, right on here, let's hit a high side guillotine, or celotine, right here, okay? Just to finish it out. Here, he says, you're playing too good with your Mayweather shoulder here. I'm going to move around the backside. As soon as he moves around the backside, foot comes in, I'm elevating, coming up. Now we're on this side. What's Mayweather? Let's go ahead and finish that Marcelo choke. Got it? One more time. The slide in is just this foot. So when I start to feel like he's going to take that slide, this foot's just going to come right inside of his knee. Then I just push up. Go ahead and slide him out. Let's sit all the way over. Launch. Catch. Throw the elbow up on the shoulder. Okay. Shrug. Let's finish. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.